Hi everyone, Sid here back again with another video. In this video, we're going to discuss about Python, and let's start with Python. I am using right now VS Editor. I have created one folder with the name of the Python tutorial, and inside the Python tutorial we will learn about a lot of things here. So, what is the basically first question is here? What is Python? And basically, Python is a popular language, is a interpreted and object oriented programming language. Okay, it was created by the Guido van Rossum and released in 1991. And basically, Python is used to many way. It is like a web development, server side basically, and software development, mathematics, calculation, and system scripting. And what can Python do? Question is, what can Python do? Python can be used server to create web applications. Python can be used alongside server to create workflows, and also Python can connect with the database system, and you can operate crude operations also. And Python can be used to handle big data plate and perform complex mathematics solutions also. And Python can be used the rapid prototyping and productions ready software development. Why Pythons? The question is, why Python? Python works different platform like Mac, Linux, and etc. Many system like Windows also. Python has a simple syntax similar to English language. Really is kind of really you don't need to write a lot of difficult syntax. Is like similar to English language. And Python has syntax allowed developer to write program with fewer lines compared with another programming language. And Python runs the interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed as soon as written. This means that the prototyping can be very quick. Python can be treated in a procedural way, an object-oriented way, or functions way. Okay, so one more thing. So now recently have released Python 3 versions, which we shall be used in the tutorials. Okay, so also I'm going to create the environment. Okay, so you can check, I'm using right now VS Editor, and I have VS Editor. I'm going to use my virtual environment, so I'm going to inside of the virtual environment. Okay, this is a virtual environment I have created here. So it's been an active. Now this is done. Okay, now I am going to inside of the project. Basically I have created here. So now I'm going to use Python tutorial. Now you can check, I have a lot of files here. Okay, so just a simple an example I'm giving you. 1 second, clear. So now I'm going to here, and I will create some files. I will explain you step by step. Okay, so first you have maybe any editor, you can use whatever you have. And before this start this series, I'm going to show you something. You can check my one video also how to install Python. So I have this version Python 3.7 in my Mac machine. Okay, so you can check using Python minus minus and version. Okay, so you can check inside of what is the Python, and whatever, suppose I have one files, any files, so I'm going to just print hello real programmer. So now I'm going to use hello.py. Python extension always written by py. Okay, so now I'm going to inside here, and you can print using double quotes or single quote, whatever you want. Okay, so I'm using right now double quotes. Hello real programmer, just type here. And you can type as a Python, and Python hello.py. Sorry, I don't think so, we're not inside of the, sorry, I have created outside, so this folder may be inside of this move. Now you can type here Python hello.py. You can check here real programmer. Even you can use as a single quotes also. So I'm removing this one, I'm going to use this one. Now you type here Okay, so not any difference between this double quotes and single quotes. You can choose whatever you want, and maybe hope so this is clear for you. Okay, so now I just give you a simple example, realistic example, and maybe this is clear for you. Okay, now I am going to use different. If you want to exist from, you can type here exist also. Next is we will cover some many ways in here, like any syntax, whatever you want you can type here. I will explain you already here, I explained you. And Python is a indentations. So what is the indentations refer the space at beginning of the code. Okay, so basically here is so important. Whenever you're writing the code, you need to clear it, write a clear code. Okay, always just think about it. So indentation, I'm going just realistic example. Suppose I have if condition. Okay, I am just using here 10 is less than, okay, 10 is less than 20. Okay, and just type here. Okay, and suppose if I'm writing here anything like 10 is less than 20, I just written here 10 is less than 20, that's it. Okay, so now just type here 10 is less than 20, and suppose I'm going to use such type, then okay. So what is here indentation means you need to keep one space at least whenever you're writing code. Okay, you can check now is working perfectly, and even you can type here, you can type here, you can type here. It's not any such type condition, but you need to always just give one space whenever you're writing any syntax after the running code, like any conditions you're running, so you need to give at least one space. Okay, so maybe this is clear for you. Okay, now something is Python has something variable you want to store. You can store not like any PHP or Java something unique like data type. Okay, and just not any dollar, you can just assign using x is equal to 10, that's it, and print x. Okay, just now you can check. We can assign variable as a simple way, is not more difficult to compare to any other programming language. And if you want to print particular, I'm going to suppose I'm going to use comment basically. So single line comment, you can use also, this is single line comment using hashtag. Okay, so I will explain you more way how to write comment everything's in this series, don't worry about it. So hope so this is clear for you. If you want to the using same line, you can also use this comment on the same line. Okay, we can write something this way also. Okay, okay, so if you want particular same line, you can use this one, or any other way you want to you can use. And suppose we have the this is a single line comment, and suppose if you want a multiple line comment, just use like I have one, two, three something, you can use multiple line comment also. Okay, and also one more things, if you want to use multiple line syntax, particularly using one syntax, you can use using triple quotes, 1 2 3, and here also you can use 1 2 3. So you can use this way also. Okay, how I'm going to show you, 1 second, I'm going to show you. Okay, I don't think so we are the inside of the folder. 1 second, what happened? Yes, here I am, you can check. Okay, we can use the multiple line comments also using this way, and if you want to use single quotes, you can also use here. Okay, so maybe this is clear for you. And now comment section is maybe done. So now in this series I'm going to discuss about Python variable. Okay, so just I'm going to create new file here, variables dot py. Okay, variables dot py. So I'm going to show you what is variable in here. So before this start this series, I'm going to something show you something variable containers for storing data value. Unlike other programming language, Python has no command for declaring a variable. Okay, like PHP have dollar, and Java has an integer, and just to give whatever kind of data type you can just write, and then you just put the variable name. Python has doesn't like this. You can put like x, y, z, whatever you want you can store. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a realistic example basically. Okay, so now here something, I have x is equal to 10, okay, and y is equal to real programmer, real programmer. This one is an integer, this one is a basically a string. Okay, so suppose I want to print like I have x and I have y. Okay, so let's check result. Okay, so we have Python syntax and type here variable.py. You can check here, we got it here 10 and real programmer, so both are working the same type. Okay, so this is a string, and we also got the result of the string, and we got also the integer value at the same time. Okay, now something, uh, if you want to store also, you can string as a use as a single quotes also. Yes, just check. Okay, this is also the same things. Okay, we can use. And how to write a variable also. Variable can store like any x, y, z, whatever character you want you can put. Okay, like if you want particular age, username, password, so you can put here something like that variable. Okay, and variable name must be start the letter or underscore you can also use. And a variable name cannot be start with number. Make sure never start with the numeric digit. Okay, variable can contains like alphabetic and numeric character, and underscore is also. And variable names are the case sensitive, like you cannot use like age and age, so they are the different basically. Suppose if you're using any special like capital age and small age, a is capital and g and e is letters, also you make sure this is the very simple way you need to understand. You can put in the like I'm going to show you also, don't worry about, like name. Okay, name and name, you got it, both name, got it. Now I'm going to here real programmer, real programmer. Okay, now check. Sorry, we need to print. Now check, we got it 3 time result. Suppose this is a capital name, this is a small name, and this is a small and capital, both is the mix. Now check. Okay, now look it, these are the 3 different variables. Okay, so it's mean Python is not, Python is a case sensitive. Okay, so you always think about it before writing anything. And also we can assign within the same line the multiple variables, like suppose I have x, y, and z. Okay, so now I'm going to write here Python comma double quotes real, okay, comma space programmer. Okay, now I'm going to use here print x, y, and z. Now I'm going to print here Python real programmer. We got result here Python real programmer. Just a very simple way we can write. And suppose if you want to like within a variable we want, you can store multiple ways. Like suppose I have x, y, z, we can assign the same value in 3 variables. How? Just type here real programmer. Okay, now just type here print X, Y, and Z. Just type here real programmer, real programmer, real programmer. Means we can uh, assign the value within a same line also. Okay, now output is, you can check here. Okay, now I'm going to use also like within a different variable, and we will concatenate the values also. Suppose I have X with the name of real programmer, and suppose I have y, and here is Python, and Z is equal to real programmer. Real programmer, we have three values. Okay, so X, Y, Z. Now X, Y, Z here. So suppose I have Python, and here we storing the values. And if you want to like concatenate the values, suppose I have X A, means real programmer. I'm going to make new variable with the name of real programmer, and I'm going to concatenate all values X, Y, and space is Z. Now you can check here the real programmer variable value, real programmer values. I'm going to print here. You can real programmer Python, like space, real programmer Python. I'm going to inside use Django. Now just type again real programmer Python Django. We concatenate here three variables. Okay, within a, we are storing these three variable inside of the real programmer variable. Okay, so hope so this is clear. Also we can use here like any value. Suppose I have I'm going to use sum X, Y, Z. We have values X is equal to X is equal to 10, Y is equal to 20, and 20, and Z is equal to 30. So now just type here X, Y, Z. We got 30. Okay, so we can use this way also. Okay, now hope so this is clear for you. And if you want to use particular string and uh, combine the same syntax, like, then we will get error. Okay, so hope so this is clear for you. And also one more things, if you want to create with inside of the functions with using the global private variable, you can also use using keyword of the global. And if you want to use something, so I will explain you also how you can write some things. Okay, so suppose I have one variable with the name of X, and we have inside of the X variable we have the values of the real programmer. And also I'm going to use here diff, means this is a function. So whenever you create any function with the name, okay, so I'm going to use real programmer with the name of the function with the real programmer, and inside of the function I am going to use X is equal to real programmer, real programmer Python series. Okay, I have written here inside of the value. And suppose you want to use this variable to print here, so you can use here like YouTube new series. Okay, now if you want to concatenate this value, you can use plus value. After that you can use your variable name. Okay, once this is done, then we need to call our function's name. This is our function, we need to write here with the directly real programmer, and then use two brackets. Okay, now I am going to print Python space is whatever you want, like I want to use X, then just type here. We got here like YouTube News Series is a real programmer or something. You can check here. We are concatenating the values here. Then Python is real. We are using this is also variable, so we are checking the out of the basically here we have the created outside of the function, so we printing this one. So we got two both different result here. Okay, so hope so this is clear for you how to write a function. Now you can also use the using global keyword also. We don't need to write outside, so we can also use the global. So I will also explain this video also, don't worry about it. Suppose we have these functions and you want to use, so we can use here as a global x. Okay, we can assign something like this also. And then if you want to use outside from the functions, you can also use, like I want to use something like this, so you can use on this way also. Just check it is working or not. We got some syntax error because we forget anything here. Like let me check here. X equal to, maybe this will work, but I don't know why it's showing some things error here. Let me check. Yes, this is working. You can check. Python is real programmer Python series. Python is basically real programmer Python series. We got get that particular result. You can check here YouTube series and both how the we got the result here. Okay, so now this is working. So we can also write here the like global x is a different variable, so we can use something like this also. And hope so this now it's clear to using the global keyword. And suppose we have printed something here, and if you want to print here different value, just type here xyz. Now you can check what we can get result here. Now also this global variable are working, not this one, but we got result of from the this global variable. Hope so you got it the what is a global variable now. So now I am going to show you different series. And now here I am going to show you uh, what is data type, Python data type. So here the built-in data type in Python. So in programming, data type is the important concept in every programming language. Like variable can store the different type, and different types can do different things. Okay, Python has the following data type like built-in default categories like string, integer, float, complex, and numeric data type. Is text we have string, and numeric type we have like integer, float, and complex. And sequence type also we have like is the data structure part, we can say like list, tuple, and range. And mapping type we have the dict method dist. And we have also the set type, the set and frozen set. And we have boolean, we have binaries like bytes and byte array and memory view. We have a lot of things in here. And also we can getting the data type. How do we get the data type? We can just assign the value of the type, and this is a predefined function we can use. Type, whatever type you are using, you can get directly result. Okay, so suppose we have, I'm going to use here like x is equal to, we have the value like real programmer. Okay, and this is a string basically. Hope so that you know very well. So suppose you want to check what is this, so you just type here sorry, type, and inside of the value just type x. Now just check here class and string str, you got its result. And suppose you have x here 10. Now check, we got the result, means integer. And suppose we have this way same value, we got the string. And suppose we have the value of like 10 0. Now check, we got the float. And suppose we have 10 j, then with the we got the complex. So you can get the result something like this whenever you want. Like you want to check what is the data type, here you can check here, we got the list. Okay, and if you want to use something bracket here, we got the tuple. So hope so you know how is working, and if you want to use this one, you can check here. This is a set. So now we have the something value like uh, YouTube, Django. Suppose I have Django. Inside the Django I have something real programmer. Just check here. This is a dictionary. Hope so this is clear. We got the result of the list, how to write a list, tuple, set, and this history and complex float string. So we can got the result something like that. Okay, so now I have something new for you, and so let's start with this series also. And now I'm going to show you step by step like what is the Python number, how that's work, and I'm going to use here. I have something like show like Python numbers. We have, suppose we have using the numbers. Sorry, I need to write here. Where is the rename? I'm going to rename again numbers.py. Okay, so I'm going to show you here three numeric types in Python like uh, integer, float, complex. Okay, so now I'm going to use integer. How to use integers, again I'm going to show you. Like I have x value, I want to use 10. Okay, and hope so you know how to print. Okay, so again we have the second value with the name of the 2.9. Suppose I have, this is a float. Hope so you clear for you. And sorry, I'm going to use x, y, and z value. And we have the complex. How to write complex with the combination of the numeric and alphabetic. So not as alphabetic, we can say we have the always right here j value. Okay, and this is the float. How is the you can recognize the float after the any particular decimal characters, you point something, you just analyze this is a float. Okay, so now type here like print, like type, just type x, y, and z. I am going to clear here everything. Now we have number like Python number.py. Like we have the first is integer, second is float, and third is complex. So hope so this is clear for you. And integers value is what is the integer? Basically integer is the whole number, positive or negative also, without decimal or unlimited length we can store inside of the using integer. Okay, so integer is type always like int, that's it. Okay, so we can use like we have the integers value. Suppose I want to store this value, so we can store. And suppose we have the minus value, and we can also store the minus value. Just type here. Again we got the result. Like if you want the type of, we get got is the result is the integer. Okay, so now this is working fine maybe, and hope so this is clear for you. Float or floating point number is the number uh, positive and negative and containing one more decimal points. So like suppose I have x and I want to store 10.20 and 10.20 something, and suppose I want to use uh, any minus character, so we can store also inside of the same of the, suppose I have 10 minus 20. Here we have the 10.0, and here suppose we have the 10.0 only, so we can also store some kind of value also. You can check here we have the float, everything's are float here. Okay, so now this is clear maybe for you. And now we have a realistic example I will show you, don't worry about it. And we have the floats value, how do we can write, we can how do we get the value result also, I will explain you in this series. And now complex is always start with the like including the numeric and j, always written in j also. Okay, so if we have the something value like 10j and minus 10j, so you always think about is the in last after value we have something j character. Okay, so this means this is a complex, And one more thing, so if you want the conversion, like if you have the integer value and you want to convert in the convert into the float, and if you have the float you want to convert in the integer, so you can. If you have integer you want to convert in the complex, you can, but you cannot convert the complex with the integer or float. You just always think about it. I'm going to show you the realistic example also. Suppose this is a basically conversion. Okay, suppose I have x value, x is 10. Okay, x equal to 10, and y is equal to suppose we have the 20.8, 20.9 something, and z is equal to, we have like numeric digit is 10j. Okay, so hope so this is clear for you. Okay, so I am going to convert this variable. Suppose I have 10, so I am writing here 10 equal to, yeah, I am going to return also like I want to convert in float, so 10 float. Okay, so now here I am going to try float. Inside of the float I want to use variable with the x, this is an integer basically. Okay, again we have, again I want to float value to convert with the integer, so I want here twe, and I have which one I want convert integer inside the float, so I want to write here int and then x, and third is we have the complex. So again suppose I'm writing complex value, so I'm going to use complex, and if you want to convert into complex then you just write here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something here, like this is an integer always, or so I want to convert float value into integer, that's it. So suppose I'm going to print everything. I'm going to print like this one, third is complex value, just try here. We got the value of the, suppose we have the here integer value, we got the last is with the including with the j's, you can check here, and here's the 20, we got the float value integer, and we have the integer, we got the value of the float. So now if you want to use convert the j value into the integer, just type what we will get result here. Okay, you can got result, you can check here this type error, we cannot convert complex to integer, we cannot convert. Okay, so we cannot always think about, we can you cannot convert complex number into another another numbers type, any kind of. So suppose we have I'm going to here, I have, suppose I'm writing here import, if I'm going to show you generate random value, suppose I have the random. Okay, so I'm going to use some random value. So always if you want to any libraries and any functions, so you need to always write import, and any libraries you want to just write here like I am importing random value. So I am going to use print, and after that random dot rand range, I want to 10 to 100. So that's it. So just check here is working or not numbers. So I am going to use python number, what we got here only 20. Now check why we got 20. 4 3 67. Why? Because we have the random, and we got reprinting here rand range, so means we getting the result from the 1 to 100 is any random value. Now just check here, we got the 780. Let's check again, we have the 851. So always just think about, if we are printing here something else, we will always get the result of the any random digit. Okay, so hope so this is number series have the completed. Now I am going to discuss about the python casting. What is the python casting? Okay, so now just and a simple example I am going to show you here. Suppose I have something, what is the casting in basically in python fast. Casting is basically if you have the any integers value and you want to just convert that value, particularly you want to print something, you can use the using the casting. What is the casting? Basically, suppose I have written here x is equal to 20. Okay, so I want 20.0, I want this float value within an integer, so just uh, use here int, that's it. So what will result? Just check it. Print inside the bracket x. Yes, this is a 20. Now we got the converting basically here. This is the integer we giving the, this is but this is a basically float, so we can use the casting here like any kind of like a float. If you have the integers value, we can type here suppose 20, and we can type here as a float. We got the result here, float value. Suppose we have a string, suppose I have sw. Okay, we can check here the like string we have. Suppose I have a string, this one numeric value I have, suppose, oh not a string the full complete, str is only. Now we got the result of the 20. We can also write here any string values also, like whatever you have you can just put it here, and we got the result here. So hope so this is clear for you. Okay, so now we're going to discuss about the Python string. So literals like string literals like Python surrounded with the either single quotes and double quotes. So just a very little example I'm going to show you. Okay, so suppose I have something I want to print, like here real programmer, just type here and just print here. This is a string. Okay, suppose you want to print this real programmer within a single quotes, just write here real programmer. We got the result here. So now this number series not is a number series, basically this is a string series. So we got the result. Okay, so now you can also assign the same value inside of the variable. Suppose we have real programmer and you want to print basically this variable, just type here variable name, and now just hit here. We got the real programmer result. So now assigning in string to a variable, we have the given example. Now we have the multiple string, you can also use the multiple string. Suppose I have the lone option something, suppose I have the multiple things. Suppose I have the variable with the name x, I want to store, one second, x is equal to, we have the multiple values, suppose 1 2 3, like we have something like this multiple series. We can use also the triple quotes, also the using the variable multiple string, and three quotes we can use, and also the single quotes also we can use. So maybe this is clear for you. And suppose we have the value like real programmer. Okay, we have the value of the real programmer using something this type. Okay, so now I'm going to use the print x and first value like e value I want to, I will write here 1. Now check, we got the e. How? Because always string in Python and more series always start with the 0 1, so first value is e. If you want to first character only, just type here 0. Okay, hope so this is clear. Now if you want to -1, then type here, we got the -1. And suppose if you want to the 2, then type means e, we got the e. And suppose you have the 5, you can type here 5 also. So whatever character you want, just count it, 1 2 3 4 5. Just think about it. For the minus, it's a list, it started with the last, and it started with the basically 1 2 3 4 something is. And if you are starting from here, then you need to always count is 0 1 2 3 something, and here always started 0 1 2 3 4. Just always think about it. Okay, so now hope so this is clear for you. And suppose if you want a particular character from something, like if you want, like I'm going to show you one more example. This is name of the slicing. Suppose I want to 3 2 5, then just count here and just check what we get result here. Okay, means here we got the 3 means 0 1 2 3, means it started with the L, and 5 means 4 and 5, not only space only. Okay, so suppose if we written here we have the space. Now just check, we also 1 2 3 4 and 5, so sorry, 0 1 2 3 4, and always this is last means something, not only the 5. If you're writing the 5, it's mean less than one value, so always think about it. It's not the exact value, we got the minus 1 something. Suppose I am going to use e minus 5. What we have, we starting from where, 0 1 2 3, starting from L, and minus 5 means 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, so it's mean not this character, this will start from here. Okay, from P R O G R, we got the result. Okay, so now this is clear. Maybe we directly counting from maybe here. So now I am going to show you one more example. Suppose we have the minus 3 and minus 5, then what we get result here, nothing. Why? Because minus 5 here and minus 3 here. Now just check again, we got the result am. How? 1 2 3 4 5 means r, like 1 2 3 4 5 means we have a. Okay, means we are starting from the last, and 1 2 3 means m, we have am, because last means skip one character, like that we got the result of the am. Okay, so hope so this is clear for the you. And if you want to particular string length, so you can count using len and x, that's it. Now type here, we have the character of the 15, we got the result. You can count 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16, we got the result of the 15. Okay, now we got the string basically function. So we have the multiple string also, like if you want to return any character, so you can use strip method. So any stripe method will return the remove any particular space characters also. Okay, so you can use suppose we have the any space from the beginning and ending, we can remove using the str. We have the multiple basically method. So I'm going to show you the something about the stripe, how to use something stripe. I'm going to realistic example. Suppose I have a value, I have here real for my space, here programmer, and I have multiple spaces here. And suppose you want to remove, so just type here real a stripe, function is written is always here. Now just check, we got the remove result from starting and ending. Okay, so we can remove basically white space from beginning or ending also. And suppose we have this value and I want to particular lowercase, so just type here lower, we got the real programmer with the name of the real programmer. And if you want to uppercase, just type here upper, you got the result of the real programmer with the upper character. Okay, and suppose we want to replace particular any character with any other character, just type here, like suppose you want to any replace character with any other character, so just type here a replace with num r minus mm, st st. Okay, I'm going to use still programmer. We got it result from the, we are removing basically r with the st, so we are replacing here. Okay, now suppose we want particular this character with a different, so you can use like split, like I have commas, I want to different characters, both is a real different and programmer is different, so we get the result like real is different variables and string variable, we got the different quotes. So we can also the using the substring we can use the find the instant or separate. Okay, and also one more thing, so we have, suppose we have the multiple characters and we want to use any print particular, we can checking is a present or not, something we can also check. Suppose I have real programmer youtube channel, youtube channel, sorry channel, and blogging website. Okay, suppose we have this character and I want to use suppose I have this one, so I'm going to use like x. Okay, I'm going to use like which programmer, suppose. Okay, like pro that's why the pro only. Okay, okay, so now pro in a, again I'm going to use here print inside the value of the x. Let's check what we get the result here. Maybe something else is any, we got any error here. 1 second, let me check. I'm not want an hour something now, like why are you getting the result? Sorry, I forget to assign the value of the basically here. So x is equal to this one, and in which checking the a is here pro, and here x. Now check is what we getting here. We got the, sorry, here unexpected ident 1 minute. Let me check again. Here it is true, we got the result of the true, means we have this character, and suppose I am going to use this type, then false, so we can check is true or false, we have particular character or not. Okay, so we can check here. Okay, so if you have not, we can get the result of the not. And suppose string have something concatenate, if you want to concatenate to a string, you can also the concatenate. Suppose I have x and I want to use real, and after that I have one x value and we have y, then we have something value is programmer, then I want to use z is equal to x plus y, x plus y, and I want to print here x and y, then I want here print value, like I have z. Okay, now I'm going to clear everything here, clear python numbers, like we have the real programmer, so we got the result here real programmer. Okay, so now we merging this variable inside of the z. Okay, now and here suppose I have I want to particular here white space something here, not space white space, suppose you want, so you can also use concatenate that particular white space also, like we have this way. Suppose we got the two white space also here, like if you want to remove one, you can remove one, so you can use something like that. Okay, so now suppose any format you want to use method any, you can also use the using the format. Suppose I have here any year it's equal to 2. Okay, we have something like that, and you want to use inside of the any value. Suppose I have the real programmer here. Okay, now I am going to here, we have the value of the x is equal to year Okay, suppose I am going to print here. Okay, now I am going to use print that like x dot format. Within a here I want to use real programmer old. Okay, I am printing x format file. Let's check what we getting result here. Real programmers 2 year old. Real programmer 2 years old. Okay, we got the result. Real programmer 2 years old. So you can print something like that here also. Okay, it's mean the using the format method, it take the pass argument, format them, replace them the string, and where the placeholder are, so you can use something kind of this also. Okay, so format method takes a limited number of arguments and are placed into the specific respective placeholder you can use. Okay, so we have the multiple syntax here, so we can use here, so like quantity and something like that you can print here. Okay, so suppose here you can use single quotes and backslash and new line character, a lot of things are here, and you can check from the different website also. So now I'm going to use like capitalizing and centering and coding. You can use a lot of things if you want to find particular method. A lot of method is particular in this string series, you can check here. And if you want the uppercase, you want to translate, you want the titles and swap case and jfile, a lot of files are here. Okay, so now you can check from the any channels from the string variable. Now let's start with the news things. So I am going to news discussion with 1 second. Let me think about this. Suppose we have the covered the variable, we have the covered string, we have the covered numbers. Now I am going to discuss about the boolean, true or false result. Okay, so now I am going to use here like print like you can check from the true or false, 10 is less than or not something. Okay, so print, I'm going to inside of the 20 is less than 10, sorry, 20 is less than 10, print here false, we get the false result, because here I'm going to create new basically files here. 1 second, I'm going to here creating like boolean.py like print x is less than, sorry, 10 is less than 20, sorry, what is the boolean, python boolean, so we got the true, and 100 is less than 20, we got the false. So here you can check. Okay, so suppose I have the two values like x is equal to 20, x is equal to 20, y is equal to 100. Okay, so I'm going to check here if uh, x is greater than y, it's mean print x is greater than y. Okay, let's check x is greater than y. I'm checking here. No, we not got any result here now, because x is not greater than y. Okay, let's check now, is greater or not. Now we got the here result here, x is greater than y. Now suppose we got the f, we can write here else condition. Here we can print x, y is greater than x. Okay, so now I'm going to use this one. Suppose now I'm going to remove 20. Now we got the y is greater than x, reality is 100 is greater than 20. Okay, now I'm going to here 2000. Now x is greater than y, so This is clear, hope so. You how we can write if else condition also. Here we can use the boolean. I'm writing example, you given the boolean. Okay, so now hope so this is a very clear for you. Okay, so now I am going to use something else, like now hope so this is clear. Now I'm going to use something operator, how many operators are in Python. So Python operator are used to perform the operations on variable and value. Python divided the operation the following group, like arithmetic operation, assignment operator, and comparison operator, logical operator, identity operator, membership operator, and bitwise operator. A lot of operators are present in Pythons, like inside of the Python arithmetic operator like plus, subtract, multiplication, division, modules, and exponentials, and floor division. Okay, and we will cover all of these. Okay, so Python assignment operator like equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, and multiplication equal to, and division equal to, and a lot of, I will explain you one by one, don't worry about it. Okay, we have the comparison operator like double equal to, double equal to, not equal to, equal and greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And logical operators we have like and, or, not. Okay, Python identity operator like is not, and something like that. And Python membership operator like in, not in, this is the membership operator. And bitwise operator is and, or, zor, not, zero, fill left shift, and signed right shift. Okay, so and more things like we will discuss about the later. Okay, so if you have any issue related to any operator, please let me know. Definitely I will try to explain you. I have already explained you how to addition, subtraction. I'm going to show you something realistic example in Python, like arithmetic operator, you know very well. Suppose I have x value equal to 10, and same for the value of y is equal to 10. Okay, I want to particular concatenate the particular x and y, so just type here print and xy. Okay, so I am going to here like just simple example, we got the result of 20. And suppose here we have the minus. Now you can check, we have zero values, and you have the multiplications here. You can get the result of the multiplications 100. If you have the particular division here, division, sorry, you have the division like, one second, where is division? We have division like here, we can, sorry, we can rate result here. Okay, 1.1. Okay, so we can get the result something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you real example of x is equal to, I have also given you example x is equal to, y equal to, a lot of things is here, so we will discuss about the later also. Okay, now I am going to show you list in Pythons. Okay, so what is the collection basically in Pythons? Python collection is a basically array, we can say. Okay, there are four collections data type in Python. Okay, like list we have, tuple we have, set we have, the dictionary. And what is the different of the all of this, we will discuss about everything about in this series. So now I am going to discuss about the list. What is the list? Basically list is a collection which is stored and changeable, allow duplicate members. Suppose we have the collection is a collection. What is the collection? List, tuple, set, and dictionary. Four are the collection array, basically array also we can say. So list is a collection which is a order, okay, unchangeable, and allow duplicate members. Collection like list is a collection which is ordered, changeable, and allow duplicate member. So we have and tuple. What is the tuple? So tuple is a collection which is order. Like list we have the same as a tuple, so both are the similar, something like that. And what is the difference? Basically both of the, we cannot change as a tuple. If we are the one time we have executed, we cannot add and modify something inside within a tuple. Okay, and what is a set? Set is a collection with the unordered and unindexes, no duplicate member inside of the sets. And dictionary is a collection which is an unordered, changeable, and index, no duplicate member inside of the dictionary, because is a key value of the pair. And okay, so now I'm going to show you something about the list. What is the list? I'm going to give you a realistic example and how we writing list. Suppose I am going to create here one more list dot py. Okay, suppose we have like x is equal to something inside of the double quotes, like real, we have programmer python last series. We have this kind of value I is storing with inside of the bracket. Okay, this is a big bracket, we can say something. I'm going to print here, print x, then what we get result here, python, and I'm going to print list, then we got the list here, python programmer, and this is a list. Okay, hope so this is clear. And we got the access also. And suppose I want use first, then check what we get result here, programmer means list started for the indexing is 0 1 2 3 something like that. If you want to print 3, then what we get result here, we get the series. Okay, and if you want to use 0 index means real you want, you can just type here and you can sorry, you can get the result. One second, python list, we got the real. Okay, and suppose you want to print negative value like from the -1, just we will get result maybe series, we got the series result. If you want to real means 4, just print here, we got the real. Suppose we are using 5, then what we get result, we got the list index out of range, we don't have range something. And suppose I'm going to use 20, same result we will get out of range. You can check list indexes out of range, if we don't have the particular series we will get something like that. Okay, so and also we can get the result something like range if you want, like I have something 1 2 3. If you want print something like that, you can also print list. We have the first is 0 1, we get the value of the programmer, 2 3 we got the python, because this will not count the series because we have the 0 1 2, we will count of the 1 and 2 something like that. We got the result here. And so hope so this is clear now. And you got also the result of the negatives. Okay, we have the discuss. And the changeable item means what is a changeable, how you can say something list can, we can change something. I'm going to show you something realistic example also, don't worry about it. Suppose we have the list of the x and I want to use something inside of the 1. Okay, one second, I inside of the 0 and I want to use here still. Okay, now I want to here print like print x. Now check what we get the result here. Oh wow, steel programmer python series, that's it. So hope so this is clear. Okay, we got the steel programmer python series here because we are the replacing particular python to sorry real to steel. So this we got the result here. And also we can use also like loop. Suppose I am going to use for loop like real in x. Okay, here I am going to print real. Okay, one second, we're getting something error because we're not using here. We got the real programmer python. Okay, we can get result in sequence wise also. Okay, we can also check if particular any exist or not something. Suppose I am going to use here conditions, if real in x, okay, x, then we can print yes real is here. Now print check, we got yes real is here. And you want to particular length of a string, sorry length of list, you can check here print len and here you can check x. We got the 4, 1 2 3 4, we got the particular result. And also we can append something. If you don't want to replace, you can also using append method. Okay, so how, suppose I have x dot append, and after that if you want to append any particular real programmer Django series. Okay, now I am going to print. Now I am going to use x, just type here real programmer Python series Django series. We got the result of the uh, Django series also here. Okay, and suppose, one second, we can also use like insert, but how will insert check work or not? We got the insert takes exactly two arguments. Exactly, this is correct. And always think about it, where you want to store. I want to store inside of the one second, I want to store steel. Okay, inside of the 0. Now check, still real programmer. We have the append here, where we have the inserted here still real programmer. We got the result here. And also we can also remove something like remove. Suppose you have something like that, I want to real remove. One second, real x I'm going to use. One second, reserve take no arguments. Real have takes no argument. Why? One second, we have, sorry, remove, I need to write here remove. Remove, now check, remove from the here is no real word, you can check here. Okay, you can check here, we don't have the real here. Okay, so we have the remove from the using remove method. And also pop, we can inside of the rack x pop, and just check what we get the result. Real programmer Python, we have the remove from the end. Last indexes, if you want to remove from the last, you can check, can just remove from the using the pop. Okay, and what is the delete method? Delete, if you are using delete, you can just type here where you want to remove. Like we have the delete method, suppose delete not working, something like that, del space, give here x, and what you want to remove, I want to remove real. Then we got the programmer Python series. So you can use like delete method also, something this. Okay, so hope so this is clear for you. And if you want to delete everything from this function, you can also use using the del, like this one. Now check is working or not. X is not defined. Why is x is not defined? One second, maybe x is already defined, so we can use something like that, we can remove maybe. So let it be. So I am going to use something new. Suppose I have x and we want to remove some values like that. We can remove method the empty list, we can clear the as a empty list. Okay, how, just check it, we got the empty list, we have the clear everything from the list. Okay, suppose you want to same variable to copy, so you can also use like we have the x variable we have. Okay, and we have the sorry y, and I want to very copy from the x, so I'm going to use copy here. And now we can print here, like I have the print method and I want to use y method here. Just go and just hit here, we got the copy, we got the all result from x into y, so we got the result here series and everything's from here. Now you can check. And also I'm going to show you some realistic example also, like make a copy with list method, like how to copy, you can get the result something here. Okay, so and maybe this is clear. Okay, and if you have the two list also, you can join something like that. Suppose I have this one and I have the x and y, and inside of the y we have the 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, and you want to add, so I'm going to result here, result. So I want to use x plus y, then what we will get result here, print result. Now check real programmer Python series 10, 20 and 430 and 40, we get the result here. Okay, now this is a realistic example we have given here, and we get the result also. And also we can append using loop also, like we have the two values, x and y, result 1 and 2 something. Now I am going to use for loop x in y. Now I am going to use append method, basically x dot append y. Now I am going to print what I want to print, x. Now check, one second, we got the something result here as a, one second, for x. Int object has no attributes. Basically int object have no attributes, we have the integers value but we don't have any object. So let's it be. Now check, int object has no attributes in line number 6. Okay, so I am going to use x and y, sorry I'm using initialized one, then x. Now check, one second. Okay, sorry, we need to use different, like I have something I want to real word here, so I am going to use this list means x1, and I want to append this one real. Now just check here, we got the result here, real programmer Python series 10, 20 and 30. I forget to write here like any other words. So now this is clear, maybe hope so this is clear for you. And list also we can use like constructor, and we can also print in the inside the constructor also. And we have the multiple method like append, clear, copy and count. We can also get the count, and extend, index, insert and pop, a lot of method in this series we have get. And also we will discuss about in this tutorials tuple. What is tuple? Okay, so tuple is a collection which is a order and unchangeable. By unchangeable we cannot change. Okay, so in Python tuples are written run round brackets. Okay, we will discuss in this series tuple. So I am going to use here tuple dot py. So what is a tuple? Tuple is a collection, which is order, and unchangeable, we cannot change. Okay, so something is the order automatic is something 0 1 2 3 we cannot change. And okay, so we cannot change. Okay, and Pathal is a sorry, Python tuples are written in the round bracket. So how, like we have the x value, and inside of the x we have the uh, tuple, like within round bracket we have the real programmer we have the two values, real programmer. I'm going to print x. Now I'm going to clear here, sorry, we have the tuple. So we got the result of the real programmer. Okay, so now like if we have if we want particular the using any index particular, like I want to use like 0, we get the result of the 0 is index of the 1. Okay, so we cannot change particular, we cannot modify. And if you want to use the negative, so you can use -1, like same we have the covered already in list. So range you can also use like if you want to range particular series like 0 1 2 1 2 something, we can also use like same like we have the covered in the list. Okay, so the search, suppose you want to search particular anything, so search will started for the index 2 included and not only the and okay, range we will cover about, we have already done list, you can check, and this is also working like that. Okay, so hope so this is clear. And also one more things, tuple is created and you cannot change values, tuples are unchangeable. Okay, or mutable also called, we also calling the tuple is the immutable. Okay, but is a work around, you can convert tuple into a list and change the list and convert the list into the tuple. Okay, so now how, the question is how, so convert a tuple list, I'm going to show you how. Okay, so suppose we have, we need to convert basically first, suppose we have the tuple, this is a tuple real programmer, I'm going to be real programmer python series. Okay, I'm written here python series, python series, we have the real programmer python series, and I want here to convert something like we have x variable and we are the storing inside of the variable real programmer python series, this is a string basically, and we can say not as a string, we have the tuple. Okay, and now if you want to use you want to change something. Okay, so I'm going to use x sorry y variable, and I'm going to concatenate, basically I want to basically change the x to y something, this is a what is this, is a tuple, and I'm giving the value of this list, means now x variable is the y. And how we can do something operations like list here, just here I'm going to use something 2, so means 0 1 2, so this is the python series here. Okay, now I want to here inside of the 0 1 2 means python series, I want to here like django series. Okay, just a simple example I'm giving you. Now I'm going to use like x equal to tuple y. Okay, now print here x, just check. Oh wow, we got the change result here. How? Real programmer Django series. How is this possible? Okay, we have the two value variable. I have one variable. I have given the tuple value. I am going to second is the creating y variable, and y variable we are the converting basically tuple to list. So I have written here list, and within a bracket I am using x variable, means now where y variable is the basically list, and we are changing from the y. Okay, you can check here. Okay, like here I have the indexing 0 1 2, so python series now is converted to django series. Now you can check, we have printing x is equal to tuple y, means y variable as basically now this is a list. Okay, so we converting in the tuple. Now tuple result is change, we got the we got the change real. So you can convert as a tuple to how to change, you can check, but directly you cannot change as a tuple. So because this tuple is unchangeable, you cannot change, so you can change from this technique. Hope so this is clear for you. Okay, and you can also check for the tuples if they exist or not, like list we have given example, so I don't want to explain again and again. And one more thing, so you cannot change the directly like if you want to particular change in the like same things, you cannot change like you get, we will get result error result. How I'm explaining you how. Suppose I have this one. Okay, and I want particular change, 1 second, I want to change inside of the 0, and here I want to steal something. Okay, steal programmer. Okay, so suppose I want to print here, then you need to write x, I'm correct. Now check, we got the tuple object does not support the item uh, assignment. Okay, so you cannot change. Okay, so hope so this is clear. And create tuple with one item, I will explain you how to get, you can get result. And also you can join. Suppose I have the one is x and y is equal to, we have the multiple values like 1 2 1 2 3, we have three values. And if you want to concatenate particular all values, I have z variable, I want to x plus y. And now I am going to print print z. Now just check here, we got the real programmer Python series 1 to 3. Here you can check, we got the result tuple 1 to 3, something like series real programmer Python series 1 to 3. We get, because we are the concatenating, but basically we are joining the tuples. And also hope so this is clear. Okay, so we have the count method, index method we can use. Okay, so multiple are already method are here, you can use whatever you want. And set, you know set, what is set? We have the collection of the four things, means we have the list, we have the tuple, we have the set, we have the dist. Okay, we will discuss about the now in this series. What is set? Set is a collection which is unordered and unindexed Python series written with the curly bracket. How? Suppose we have these things, so I want to you just use here bracket, we will get the result. Okay, means collection is unordered, unindexed Python is a means no indexing in here. Okay, like we have this Python series like, and I want to print like print x. Now check real programmer Python series, we get the, sorry, I'm going to use different real programmer Python series, I'm going to use different file. We're going to discuss what I'm going, don't want to do anything. Now this is fine. Now I'm going to use new. We have set.py. So I want to use here real programmer Python series, here no indexing basically. Okay, so 1 second, I want to use set.py. We are have we have Python series. So no indexing, you can get any result of this. Okay, no particular series, sets are unordered basically, you cannot the CO result with appearing the same again and again times. Okay, you cannot access item the basically indexing by 0 1 2 something like that. Okay, but loop in, you can use also loop like something I'm going to show you how to use loop in sets. Like loop is real in x. Okay, I'm going to print here real. Now check here Python set Python series, here Python series we got the real, and programmer we got the result here. Okay, so now hope so this is clear for you. And now if you want to check particular like print like we have like real, and you want to something if you want to particular something like uh, if you want to check particular, I can say something real in x. Okay, check false, because here is capital. Now true, we get the result. We can check something here, this is inside of the sets or not, we can check. Okay, and if you want to change particular item, so you can also the change using the add method. Suppose we have real programmer Python series one variable, and you want to change something, so I want to add x add, and inside of the real programmer I want to use style. Then how you can add, I am going to use print. Now I want to use x, so now just click here sets Python series programmer real style. We got the after that one style word also. Okay, so we can use something like that. Okay, so hope so this is clear. Now I'm going to use update here. Sorry. So we get the result also here, something like SLE something, random something, you can update also kind of these things also we have added here. Okay, now this is clear. Maybe you, if you want to particular length, particular set, so just type here len and you can get the result of the len. Okay, I want here to set, so you can get here the 0 1 2 3, sorry 1 2 3, we get the result. And if you want to remove particular keyword something from here, any particular set, so you can use like x remove. And if you want to remove like real, just type here, and I'm going to use print x sets. So now we got the result of the Python series programmer. Where is the Python? Here Python series, and we have removed real world. Okay, and if the item is removed doesn't exist, remove will be erase error. Okay, we have the already removed, and suppose we have already removed, and suppose this is not in word of the real, so we get the remove, we get the result because it is not present something, so we will get result here. Okay, suppose this word is not exist here, now then what we get here, one second, python set. So we got the result here, like trace and line number real, x dot remove key error, we will get the result of the key error. Okay, if not get here anything, so we will get here. Also we can use the some method also discard, so we can change the using the discard method. Okay, so if discard method, if we using it from using this one, so what is the difference between the discard and suppose I have here programmer, sorry, discard means we have the discard something here, so and you want to write here anything here discard, and if item to remove and does not exist, okay, we will get not any error something like that. Okay, if we have the sets, and here we got the result of the python, and suppose here the programmers, we get the two result, and if you're not getting any, we are not also getting the result here anything. So suppose I am using from here remove, then check, we will get error here. If you're using discard, we're not getting any error, find or not something, so we can also use the discard. Okay, and pop method to the remove item, but this method will remove last item. Okay, if you are using pop, it means we don't need to write here anything, so automatically last will remove, means python series automatically remove from the using path. So you can use also pop. Okay, and one more things, we have the clear. If you want to clear everything, so just type here clear, now check, we get the clear result. Okay, and also you can use del, means delete. How? Del x, now check, we got the x is not defined. Why x is not defined? Something else here, x is already defined, but I don't know why it's showing it x is not defined, so we can also use the delete here. Okay, so now some union method also, the union method return a new sets with the item of the both. Suppose you have the two values, we can set as the union also, like how, suppose we have the x and we have the y variable, and if you want to use like 1 2 3, then z is equal to x dot union y. Now print here z, now check, I'm going to clear. Okay, we are got here 1 2 and python series and 3 and python something, we got the result here. Okay, we can use 2 something, we got the 1 2 and python series programmer. Okay, python series programmer, we got the result here. So we can use also concatenating with the union method. Okay, update method also you can use if you want to update anything. So, okay, so hope so this is clear. Here's a multiple method you can learn about. uh, Sets method. Okay, we have the dictionary. Dictionary is a collection which is the unordered, changeable and indexed. In Python, dictionary are written with the curly bracket and key value pair. Okay, so just always just you can check from the dictionary is key value pair is storing. Okay, so now uh, dictionary, how we are storing the dictionary, just I'm going to use x is equal to, we have something variable. I'm going to show you YouTube pro Python series, suppose I have. Okay, so I have real programmer, so you can check something there like that. Okay, so we can use something like that also, suppose, and YouTube Django real programmer. So we have two inside of that, we have two value, a key value pair. Okay, so we are storing something. Okay, now just print here x, sorry, I am going to use different file. I'm going to use different file, so I'm going to create new dict.py. Now just click here, and I am going to again python dist, and we got the result here like YouTube Python series, real programmer, YouTube Django, and real programmer. We got the result here. Okay, now we have the something key value pair. We got the result here. Okay, so suppose if you want to use particular x like this one, you want here, so just go and just run here. 1 second, you can check. We got the value, basically key, this is a key and we are the want this value, so we got the result of the programmer, real programmer. So you can check also, if you want a particular value, you just put inside of the variable within a bracket key value, key only, so you get the value of the variables. Okay, and if you want to change particular value, okay, suppose I want a YouTube so I want to remove particular this real programmer, so I want inside of the real programmer any different like any other I want, suppose I have this one. Okay, and I want here to use steel programmer, steel programmer. So just again here, just we don't do here, I'm going to just remove this one. Now I'm going to use x, just type here steel programmer within a bracket. I got something error. Now just run here, we got the YouTube Python series steel programmer. So you can also change the particular value from using dictionary. I'm using dictionary here. Now you get got it the result maybe. We are changing value from the key, from here real programmer, that's it. Okay, so loop through the dictionary. If you want to loop particular from the using dictionary, you can also use like I am using for loop, and here I'm going to use real and in x. Okay, now I'm going to print here real. Now just go inside of the dictionary, we got the result of the value, basically. Just second, Python YouTube Python series, YouTube Django, we got the key basically here. Okay, so print all key from the value we are using here. Okay, and print all value. If you want, you need to do something like here, suppose I have x, we can use this one also. We got the value from here. If you want a value, you just here you can just type here real and something, we got the result of here. Okay, so we can get the key and value using this one. Okay, and maybe this is clear for you. Okay, and if you have any doubt related to this video, please comment on comment section. Definitely I will try to resolve a query. And also thank you for watching this series. If you have any doubt, please comment on comment section. Definitely I will try to resolve a query. If you want more video, please comment on comment section which type of video you need. Definitely I will try to make. Thank you for watching.